Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're back with Worldly Wednesday for Dwarf Fortress. It's going to be, of course, Distant Worlds 2. Another game starting with D. Anyway, Distant Worlds 2 is where we're going to go. We're just going to continue on where we were last time. So, and I've actually forgotten. I think we're at the end. I think we've finished all the wars. Are we between wars now? Just trying to build up for the next one. I think that's where we are. So we'll let it go in. Come on, game, load in. Actually, it does take a bit of time to load in. I've actually started just as I was loading this in, and I thought, oh damn, I've really got to get this SSD card done. I've opened up a page, but I don't really know what I'm doing with it, so I thought I'd have to do a little bit more research. Hi, Sketic, how you going? And anybody else has joined us as well. Loading the galaxy still. Still a bit to do. Hi, Bob Rupert. Yes, I'm going to bite the bullet, I think, today, and get myself an SSD card if I can figure out which one I actually need. I think I'm going to need to have a look. Hi, Began, how you going? So there's two different types, I think. There's one that sits inside my, sits inside your computer, and I don't even know which sort I've got. I'm going to have a look in my computer to see what I've actually got there. I've got like a tower. I think I've got slots for it. So I'm not sure what the different types actually are. There's like one that's like a card, and I don't know where I'd plug that in, to be honest. But I think I can just attach the ones that come inside the little box. So that's sort of. But I might when we're in the middle of this a bit, might just open the page up and see if you guys can point me in the right direction as to which way would be the best way for me to go. Right, here we are. So we've got our money situation is getting good now. That's right. At the very, very end of the last session, we ended up with getting tech. Now we've got the coordinated docking is coming in about a year, and we don't actually have that one as. Then we've got liquid energy storage back into there to get the hydrocore capacitor. I won't try to I don't have a hell of a lot of money, so in fact we don't even have enough money to crash research that particular program. It's funny because we haven't been our scientists haven't actually gone and done a crash research anyway, so we don't have they haven't really sort of got involved in this one. We just got a few different things into here, but what we did do is we got the second level of system governance. This made a massive difference. Now why can't we get sector governance? What do we have to do there? Oh, not enough money. Okay, 25,000 credits to get this one. And 16 years, which is a bit too long. So we'll just stay where we are here for a little bit of time. Officer training, what's that going to do is give us the, get the military academy. So maintenance goes up. We do get enhanced targeting and countermeasures, but we're not getting any savings. And I really do need to get sort of savings with what we've got at this stage. Structured research. So that wouldn't be bad to get the Science Academy. That would be very good, actually. It's only 5 years. I think I'll just leave that one. Just go back through a few of these. Hi, Sev. How you going? And Sketic's saying you could always get external hard drives if you don't have any more slots available, though they tend to not be as good. Yeah, it's sort of one of those things. It's we'll just before I go too far into this, let's go and bounce back out. This is my choices. Basically, I've got a few pages worth. I was looking. This is sort of where I think that these ones just go straight into the into your you sort of put them in with the other hard drives. I think that's just a standard hard drive, but these ones look like they're cards, and so I'm not exactly sure which way they go. And I think 2 terabytes would probably do it, but I'm thinking if I can. I was looking for a 3. But actually, there's a 3. No, that's 1 terabyte. That's no good. That's no good. That's not going to be. That's not going to be big enough. So I need it to sort of run Steam and stuff like that. That's only 1 terabyte as well. I guess if I go and have a bit of a look at, well, it's got 2. It's only got 2 and 4. So I thought there was a 3 you could get as well. See, they've got the card ones, but I don't know where they plug in. So there are some forums where you can post your intended picks for comments by people who tune up their PCs all the time. Yeah, actually, there's a guy where I work as well. Actually, I might ask him. I might take a photo of the inside of my computer and take it into work today, and just see what he says. See which one I should go for. But I was thinking I should just do it now. But I'm thinking I do want to get I think a 3 would be good. Yeah, but I'm just not sure which one I should be actually getting. Hi Larry, how you going? It only goes 2 terabytes or 4 terabytes, no 3. I thought there was a 3 in the middle there. Okay, so the NVMe SSD have to go into a slot on the motherboard or in a special card you can buy. That goes into a PCI slot on your motherboard. Yeah, I don't know if I've got those slots, so I think I'll take a shot. I'll take a photograph. So it's more looking like I've got to get one of these SATA connections. That rings a bell. That's probably the one I'm going to end up having to go with, I think. Yeah, I don't know the difference between them, but they've got to be better than what I've currently got. So if I have a quick look at this one through here, I don't even know what I've currently got in my actual computer, but I'll have a bit of a look anyway, see what we've actually got there. So that's I'll check that one out. So Pierce is saying I need to keep an eye on this. Are US tariffs making computer comps cheaper for the rest of us? I don't think so. So Began's saying that's the one I have. It works great. This one here. Okay. Well, I might leave that one open, and then when I finish the stream, I might just go and get some information there, and then take it into the guy at work. The guy at work sort of tends to sort of build a lot of computers, so I'll ask him which if this is. I think this is the one that I actually need to go and get. It's got the you've got the plug-in connectors on the back end. I'm pretty sure I've got an extra one of those. I'll double check and see. Pierce is saying, "Well, damn, a man can hope." Yeah, either one would be a huge upgrade. Yeah, I've got one already. I've got one for when I record videos, it goes straight to one, and so I've got that one, which I think is only a 2 terabyte actually. So maybe a 2 terabyte would be all that I need. Yeah, I'll have a look anyway. I'll sort of have a look and see what I can actually see which ones I actually do need. So anyway, thanks for that, guys. I'll just go back to the game. We'll leave that one aside. All right. So hard to go wrong with a SATA SSD. Unless you're trying to go bleeding edge. Yeah, I don't need to. Yep, it's Abstract Games. Abstract Games making a comeback. I don't know. I hope so. There's a lot of them around, It's sort of funny. It's we were talking the other day about Cyber Knights, and I didn't realise actually that the Tress brothers actually did contact me a year and a half ago about the game, and I did a search through my emails and found an unopened email from them about it. So I've sent an apology to them and said, "I'm sorry, I missed your email, and people have been asking me to cover the game." So I'm downloading that as well at the moment. So Villavec, subscribe. Thank you very much for that, Villavec. Anyway, let's get back out and into what we're doing. So hopefully this week I'll end up with an SSD card, and I'll start to then try to figure out how to get Steam across onto an SSD. That was Cyber Knights was the game that had been mentioned a fair few times actually by different people. And so that's one that releases very, very soon. So the key that was sent to me was I get a lot of keys sent to me, but I didn't tweak. For whatever reason I missed it last year when it came through, and I don't know why. I probably do know why, because I've got about 15,000 unread emails in my email at the moment, so I've got a hell of a lot. I tend to if a game has been mentioned, I tend to search through my emails first to see if I've missed an email, and quite often it's actually sitting there. So Bill of X saying, sounds like you need a few more emails. Well, I tend to just really go through and have a look at them, and I tend to open the ones that I'm searching for rather than because I open them up maybe once a day, but maybe even not even that. So I very rarely look at emails. Anyway, let's continue on. So we've actually done pretty well here. What we've done at the end of this last war, I don't think we've got any more wars. Let's just go through and do a bit of a summary as to where we actually are. So we've got a we're not seeing. We've got a restricted trade agreement with the Artuks. The Tekans have been wiped out already, so they've actually sort of been wiped out of the out of the galaxy. We've got a few different ambassadors. One with the Akdarians, one with the Gizarians, one's with the Dhayuts, and one with the Boscara. These here are mainly to show us what they're building, so we can sort of have a look at their homeworlds with the Boscara and the Dhayuts. They're going to be our major. Until we can crush one of these, we're going to always be sort of bouncing in and out of war with these. At the moment, we've just finished off the war with the Dhayuts, and we've been able to now claim some of their older territory. So we've got sort of areas now inside that we've actually now grabbed from them with different fleets and things. So we've taken, for example, the Nair system, which was a old Xenox world, but this is now sort of is now a part of our empire. So we're sort of building our empire, which is one of the. I don't really want to be doing it too much, because it's going to end up sort of meaning that we have to then protect more and more stuff. We do actually have a small defence force back over through here in the Yaris system. The Yaris system has got a Zentavia fluid, and so we have a mine there for the Zentavia fluid. So we need a presence in here. When the next war starts, I'm going to take this world. So that way, and then I'm going to destroy whatever colony is here, because they're going to invade that. That'll be the first thing that they do. So the seventh defence force that we actually have through here, the 8 ships that are in that won't really be able to protect Yaris from a concerted effort, which is what I'd be expecting to sort of see. We've wiped out their big fleets, which is sort of why everything is sort of like at the moment sort of working out fairly well. But they do actually have a world in here which we'll be wanting to take eventually. So this will be a little bit harder than the other worlds that we've already conquered. This particular one. So they've got what have they got there? Oh, it's maybe not. There's only 3 there. They do actually have a scientist. Why have they got a scientist there? This is imprisoned. They've got a Gizarian scientist that they've somehow captured. So they've been at war with the Gizarians a lot, and the Gizarians are now looking at other directions, which means that the Dhayuts are now looking back at us, and so we've got problems with them. But we're pushing them hard because we're sort of every time they go to war with us, we try to sort of trying to bankrupt them. You can see through there they've got the 7th Invasion Fleet, which is a fleet of ships which at this stage does have 2 infantry, 2 armour. So they're rebuilding their invasions, and you can sort of see there when we go and grab that one again. If I just go and grab the 7th, where was it? Hang on, I can get there eventually. There's a lot coming from Draco, so they're sort of building up again. Now, once this has been built and been filled with troops, then they're probably going to come and look at either us or the Gizarians. The Gizarians are sort of, they've got a little outpost back over here as well. I don't know why I'm able to see all their stuff. It's interesting. I don't know how we're seeing that. The Gizarians go a long, long way out through here. They're actually quite aggressive. In fact, you can even see the Ikaru are now in a position where they're actually almost been destroyed. So at the moment, we're one of the weaker players in the galaxy. This is also an area that I really do need to dominate at some point. Actually, the Boscara security, that's actually that's a pirate group that we want to destroy. So there's a pirate system there. I think we might destroy that one, get rid of them, just so that we don't have to deal with them. But the Boscara are growing. They're a threat that is growing. If we have a quick look at the Boscara, who are they at war with? Because when they're at war with others, and they're not at war with anyone at the moment. Oh, yes, they are. The Akdarians. So the Akdarians are at war with them. So we're going to ultimately, that is what I think our next war will be. The Akdarians did have a position over here in the Udis system, but that's now been taken by the Boscara. So they're way over here now. So they're a bit too far away to really deal with that Boscara faction. There's another smaller Boscara faction back in through here as well. Anyway, the pirate cartels, the Artuk cartel is actually we're friendly with that one, and we're also friendly with a Blackstorm Council in the middle here. So we've sort of got like we've got refueling rights if we need to sort of go and grab those. Anyway, I'm thinking that this will be our next big threat, and we can't really afford to get any more ships. So we've got the 1st attack forces back in through there. The 4th defence force is going to sort of stay in that position. I think I'll actually move one of the other bigger fleets across. But the 5th, we've got the 3rd as well, which is way back over here. If I leave I might keep the 5th, the 8th. We've got the 2nd invasion fleet, which at the moment doesn't have any more troops, I don't think. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got there for these areas. So June is now just a we are building a mining station there. So the presence that was there, we've actually abandoned that. That's all right. We've got this one done. So if we just go and grab the 2nd. Oh, there we go. Cyberknights is now downloaded complete. Just popped up there. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, so Cyberknights, will actually have a look at that over the coming days as well. We'll just have a look and see what that one's like. Yeah, so McPurr saying, where can we apply to be your personal assistant? Yeah, no, it's pretty bad. Bolan P saying a tame Bolan P appears at a colony. Von Schweinert saying hi there, worldly Weltram Wednesday. Yep, so there we are. So Pierce is saying, yeah, Tress gave you a copy. Yeah, from 15 months ago. That's the trouble. I didn't read the email, and I didn't even realise that it had been sent to me. So I just wrote them an apology and said, sorry guys, I only just opened up the email right now. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got. I'll just go back to any of the others. Where did we get to? Where did we get to there? So I'm just trying to find where these actually are. So you can check your specs for your motherboard and it'll tell you. Oh, okay, right. Is there any way to make a smaller universe than the smallest one listed? In other words, can you make custom universes? The smallest still seems a bit large and takes ages to finish. Yeah, you're right, actually. I mean, I don't know. Is the answer maybe through modding potentially, but I don't know how that would work. Bitch is saying RTS games feel like bringing coconut cake to a dessert party. Do you know any good mods for the game? I tend to just use graphic mods at this stage. I haven't really had a good look for a long period of time. I use graphic mods that change the one that I do really like is the one that changes the resources. Changes the color of the resources, so your luxury resources then become color coded. I'll just go to luxuries, and so the background of these will then sort of give you a sense of how important or unimportant the actual resource is in the luxury. So I do like that one, but and then I do use a few other graphic mods and also a few naming mods as well, but nothing much really. Right, so. What did we get to? So Perfection saying bonus dias, and so who will be our next pope? Trump maybe. I don't know about that. So anyway, so that's the so the mods that I'm using. Actually, I think I can I show that in game? I don't know if I can show it easily. I think it's out. If I go to the Go to the main menu. Look, the ones I'm using are so minimal. They're not really. No one's really built. I mean, there's been like I'm really waiting for the Star Trek mods and stuff like that. That's really what I'm. That when they start to come, Star Wars, Star Trek, those sorts of mods, I will then definitely have a look at those mods. But I think it's going to take a long time before people can actually get that under their belt. Now the second in through here has got 4 infantry, 10 armor. So we do actually have some infantry. Let's have a quick look at the actual worlds that we have available to us, because this is sort of ready for invasions at this point in time. So if we just go back across to the colonies, let's have a quick look at each of these and just to see what we've got. So I've only got a small number in through there. Cantrilla is fine as well. Nair has got enough. So 5 is probably enough there. MI is that one does actually have an imprisoned imprisoned general there of the Dhayuts. MI, where is that? If I go and click on that one, it should take me there. There it is. Which system is that in? Oh, that's right. That's a bit deeper into the territory there. So MI4 is sort of at the back end of everything. Yeah, we don't, and that's the one that we got essentially from the Ikaru. So we do actually have an imprisoned general at this location. Saddlebari is one that I was giving up. Actually, I sort of really didn't care if this one got taken. This is a Dhayut world, and then we have the outpost as well. This is we've got three troops there. It's not really enough to do anything, but look, I'll just keep them where they are as well. So they're the various troops. So I don't think I need to. I won't bother building anymore. I'm just going to move the second across. Well, the second is actually already at. No, the second is actually here in this location. I'll just move them across back to the homeworld, I think. Yeah, so this is Roskiri here. I'll just tell them to go back and refuel. Refuel at Roskiri. At the moment, because we've got such good coverage now with long-range scanners, and including inside their own territory, the Dhayuts aren't going to like this. But I can just have to keep things sort of spread out a little bit here. The third is the only really big fleet that we have back outside of that range, and I think I'll move them across the Coit system and just get them ready to take on the other this pirate group. In fact, how are we going with the? If I go back to the third, it's only just inside their refueling range. Let's go into the Mothala system and refuel and send them off to destroy those pirates. So we might as well do that while we've got nothing else to do. Actually, where would they be? Be down in here, I think. Nope, can't see where they are. I thought they were there. Let's go back to the, that they are there. Is it hidden behind the other side of a world? Oh, there it is. Eagle's Nest. So with the third, I'm just going to go and tell them to go and refuel here. Refuel at Eagle's Nest. So they'll get that way they'll fuel things up, and I'm going to put these onto manual. So we'll get them manually controlled, and we'll move them across into Boscara space and get them sort of ready to go. If the Boscara come and declare war against us, we are going to get fairly aggressive. There's all sorts of different ships and things out and about, so we do want to kill off. We want to kill off these pirates back over this other side. So we'll go after those. Anyway, let's unpause the game and let things start to develop. Hi, Sheikh Vivid, how you going? So Valanis is saying, I'd like to see the ability to remove independence from their map entirely and still have the homeworlds and such without keeping race storylines on. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hi, Drexy, how you going? Best mods are the ones that change the background of the galaxy. Which Codeforce would change the default as it makes the default. Okay, yeah, as it makes the map ugly. Yeah, it's there's a lot of people. And Drexy's also saying that the XL mod lately, but not sure if I like it or not. I haven't ever played that one actually. Yeah, it's a refreshed resources mod. Yes, whoever 24, that's the one I'm using. So Drexy's saying, I'm surprised Daz knows nothing about computers. I know a little bit. It's sort of, I've got no problem installing. I don't think I've got any problem installing a hard drive, but I just don't know what's what, to be honest. It's it's not something that I spend a lot of time with. Yeah, funny you're saying Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. Nice. Yes, no, I'm looking forward to trying it, actually. It was one of those things where I didn't think it was going to be the right game for me, but then the more I was looking at it, the more I think, yeah, actually, that looks pretty damn good. Yeah, so Salomon's saying Distant Worlds 1 modding was easy, mainly text files and 2D sprites, and know what you were done. Distant Worlds 2 for things like ships, then meshes for hulls, weapon mounts. Yeah, it's quite involved, and it's not just the 3D. If it was just the 3D, that would be one thing entirely. But you've actually got to build the how the 3D then, like, you've got to rig it all up as well, which is quite involved. But it's doable. Like, it's just that I thought that before the game came out, I thought I'd actually end up doing a couple of videos on how to mod the game, because I thought that would be really, really valuable. And but then when I tried doing it myself, I didn't understand it. I just couldn't get into it. So I always meant to do it, but I never got back. Okay, the Vicious Bandits. So the Vicious Bandits are the ones that we want to destroy, I think. No, it's Boscara Security. Where's Vicious Bandits? We don't know where the Vicious Bandits actually are. So they're raiding our territories as well. There's another pirate faction somewhere that we don't know about. So we'll get rid of these over time. Yeah, Blanet's saying any race that starts with indies nearby already gets way ahead of those who don't, or those who start with indies that have a similar planet type to the main race. They're one of the single hardest contributors to a runaway faction on the map. Yeah, that's yeah, you're right with that. Yeah, Shake Vivid is saying, yeah, that's true as well. Ah, cool. The Coit system just kicked in, I think. I just saw a long-range scanner appear there. Now, we're seeing different ships. I want to keep an eye on what's happening with the Boscara, because we will be going... the Coit system has just flicked across to theirs. I think we had the Coit system already, but they're now expanding. Like it's in their sort of, they're putting pressure on the border, in the sense that they're growing larger at these locations. That's interesting. They've got Gizareans there. Boscara back that way. Boscara, Actarians, Gizareans. So they're using Gizareans to expand. I can actually now crash this research, so I'll do that. Get that one a bit faster. Yeah, so Boland saying, but fun array factions are part of the fun. You get to take them down and get a challenge. Yeah, that's true as well. I do like that the game doesn't have a real lot of balance to it. Like, it's sort of it's one of the aspects about the game that I do actually enjoy a lot. There we go. We're just taking the Coit system back. We're pushing back. It all comes down to what luxury resources you get, basically. So if we end up, as we get more luxury resources than these in through here, planet development goes up, which then ends up pushing the borders out from the actual colonies. You have to be wary of these. There's a lot of hive ships in this region of space. I feel it's probably more that they're getting luxuries into their territory. When we go to war with them next time, though, we're going to be probably wanting to dominate their home world, I think. That will be probably our goal. Yep, no, decline that. We definitely don't want to, even though it's such a great system, like with this Intabia fluid, I just want to mine it. That's all I want to do there. And if we do go to war with the Dhayuts again, and you can see they're moving their small 18th fleet down somewhere. I don't know what they're doing. But with this one, with the TARF system, I'd expect them to also send a colony ship out that way when we go to war with them next. So that is part of the Boscara security. So that's this group over through here that we're going to be going after. So we have a reasonable build-up on this border. We've now left this border open a little bit, just with a couple of defence forces. And I really can't afford to be doing too much else at this stage. How are we going at Nair? Have they now come across? If you have a look at the actual population. No, the simulation, the Artuks and the Wekarus, we've got some Wekarus that have now gone there. The Artuks are fully assimilated. The Xenoks are getting there. The Dhayuts, not so much. Mining complete. Let's look and see the policy. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of the Dhayuts from this world. Okay, so assign the 4th Defence Force to investigate reported. Yep, so we'll assign that mission. Coordinated docking complete. That's good. We'll just dismiss that one. We'll just get rid of that one for now. Mission complete but exposed. Our agent Drenga Hutan has been detected after 6 weeks carrying the mission to steal the territory map of the Quamino. Now that's a shame that we got that we were seen there. Actually, do we have a starport at this location? I think we do. Yeah, we do. So we've got the starport just sort of sitting there at this point in time. A lot of resource shortages at that location. Now, why are they moving into here? Don't know what they're up to, but we do actually have protections around this volcanic moon, which we control. So this is like just a small outpost. Oh, there's a research station there as well. Actually, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. We have got this world over here. It's the one that we have as the outpost. We've got some with no missions, but they are set to auto. So when we do get something else we can go and build, they'll go and build it. We had given orders for them to start building inside the enemy territory. And when the Boscarans kick in, we'll actually go back that way as well. So we now have liquid energy storage, which is going to be the hydrocore capacitor, which is unique for our faction, which helps with doing different things. So I'll just pause and read some of the comments there. So yeah, so Salomon's saying, yeah, and each race has like 40 plus ships. So yeah, so yikes, yes, no, it's fairly involved. And Salomon's saying, Daz, I integrate a lot of my refreshed mods with Excel. You might like it. Excel Author has tried to tweak all weapons to make them distinct yet viable. Yeah, I find that there's so much confusion about the game that I don't want to play any mods that actually change the game yet. So Salamon's is the actual modder there for the mods that I am using. Because they're just graphic mods, they don't actually change the base game. So saying I'm currently working on working to get per race ground unit images, old Distant Worlds 1 ground units into the larger Excel mod. Keeps them from having to edit XMLS. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no. So it's sort of the XL mod, even though it's sort of like people rate it very very highly, it's just not one that I don't want to move away because there's so many questions about the actual base game. So having a naming mod or change something that changes the graphics isn't really a problem, but to change the actual game, I think would be difficult for new players. So Von Schweinert saying, it would be counterproductive to split new viewer community into new. Yes, yeah. So I'd really like Salomon's mods, to be honest, like as in the graphic mods, but I just don't want to go the other way. Now this looks like there's more. Here we go. He also got been detected after failing. Fortunately, they were able to escape. Failing to something or other. I don't know what his mission was. Now, what have we got in here? Are these more hive ships? We have a lot of hive ships in this region of space. If these are, which I'm thinking they will be. Yeah, they are. Okay, so now the Coit Research Center is under attack by Boscara Security. Okay, let's have a look at this one here because this is actually the group that we're going after once we've actually refueled. So they're coming in to attack. This is actually a fleet destroyer coming in to attack the Coit Research Center. The 4th was supposed to be heading out that way, which they are, but they're not going to get there in time. Our 3rd is just coming in to start to refuel at this location. So we'll just ignore what's happening with the others. I'll accept that trade. So they'll just raid that. I don't think I've got a... just make sure I don't have a scientist on board. Yeah, no scientist there. Treaty, see if they'll take it, which they probably won't. We're trying to befriend the other aquatic factions. 3rd is slowly going to get their fueling up, and then we'll go after we'll take retribution out on this particular group. Surveyor detection, carrying out mission to steal a galaxy map of the Boscara Overmind. This is this group in here. Oh, they accepted it this time. So the Actarian Nova Corps agrees to a restricted trade agreement. Now, having said that, it's not really going to help us that much because they're too far away. Like they're way over here. So it's a little bit too far for us to be able to do much in there. I think that, I don't know, whichever one of these declares war first is going to be the one that we're going to have to go after. And what are they doing? I think they're just not doing much at all. Yeah, moving to Coolers 2. Just leave them where they are. Yeah, this one, I don't think we'll get there in time. No, we've already got raiders on board. The 3rd is just slowly refueling. So Bennett's Peregrine is saying, is there a mod or setting to smooth the borders of your empire? As in these borders in through here? No, it's what it is it's just a halfway, and this is flicking between the Coit system keeps on flipping between where everything actually is, and I don't think there's even a setting to see what the influence is on these different regions. But what it is essentially the thing that's actually pushing the borders out is your is Rossagiri. Rossagiri is actually the culture of, or development from Ross Geary is actually the thing that's actually pushing this one out even further. We've got a development here of 147. So as we get higher population and as we get other resources and things, it will then push the borders out. If we lose if we lose luxury resources and our development goes down, the borders will then flip as well. But so it's either we have flipping between our development is going up and down slightly, and this is right on the 50-50 mark. Now I'm thinking the hand system does actually have a colony here which is growing, and so this particular world here is getting larger and larger. It's got like a whole heap of Gizareans, and as that gets bigger and bigger, if we have a look at the actual world, can we see much about the world? I don't know, like this one probably will have like allow for a bigger population. Its development is only 113, so as it gets more resources, it says that it's shrinking, so as the resources struggle to get to it, the actual development does then shrink. So this was actually a planet that I wanted to get for myself. This continental planet was actually one that I would like to get. That would give me a really secure foothold inside the space for the like in Boscaran space, would allow me then to have like a very, very strong staging point. There's just no real value in around this particular world other than territory. That's pretty. It's got a few different resources and things, but there's not really a lot there. It does have bonuses, yeah, but nothing much. Yeah, this is the so negative 15% from the Gizarean. So again, I wouldn't really want to have the negative 15 all research kicking in with that particular world. And then Gizareans have also now sort of gone onto this world as well. So this is again where they've got a billion population there. They've got sort of like different groups. And again, if we have a look at the bonuses there, so the Boscarans, we could expect that they're not going to have a real lot of ability to do the high level research. Let's just unpause and just wait for this thing to keep on sort of. I want to make sure I'm fully fueled before I go off and start to take on that other pirate group. Deep Labyrinth, a foreign spy. So a foreign spy, Yurkit Odan of the Dhayut surveillance, has been detected operating against us. So we can imprison him as well. So these are we've captured a fair few Dhayuts. So this is one of the abilities that we actually have. Send the humble Splendor to establish an outpost at June. Decline. It's going to keep on asking me this question, but I'll just let it keep on doing what it wants to do as well. Thank you for the gifted sub there, Vegan. Very, very much appreciated. So that's great. The border is always a straight line halfway between the closest star. Yeah, that's what it is. So there's no real way of smoothing that out. I'm just thankful that they gave us the ability to change colours, and also did make the borders strong. So you can actually now see the border, no matter what, even if they've got similar sort of colours. So they're slowly improving the game, but to round it out, I don't think they'll ever do that. I don't think that would be very high on their priority list. But yeah, the actual border itself is always halfway between two systems. But there'll be another. That Sloan there would actually be that one through there. That one would then sort of be halfway between those. So if you, the border is just like, if it was more fluid about who controlled the region of space, then that would be different again. But it always shows halfway between the different systems. A third in through this other side, still waiting on it. That's actually now probably good enough, almost. And we can't do a full jump across into the speaker system, which is where the Boscara security is. Well, let's just go and do this attack. Just bounce in there. Yes, we have to do a convoluted, some convoluted jumps into these different regions. So just Amanda saying, do you think you'd be a good game designer? I say it's sort of something I always wanted to do. To be honest, it was one of those things where I know I'm fairly critical of games. So I think if I did do game design, I've made little board games, but I have never actually done anything with them. Like I've actually and I've had some little systems that I've actually really quite enjoyed, like with board games, and it's just one of those things where graphically I wouldn't have any problem at all. So I've done a lot of mods and stuff, but it would be the coding that would be the hard thing for me. And I have tried a few times to actually learn to code for gaming, but I don't have the patience for it anymore. I think if I had started doing it a long time, I used to actually. I have built games way back, just using BASIC and stuff like that. But it's got to the coding is now much more involved than when I used to do it. I did a space game. A friend of mine back in the way back, we sort of made a little space game. So it was just for our own fun. So just saying, what's your content since Age of Wonders Planetfall? And you seem to have an eye for good or bad design. Yeah, well, I'm a graphic designer. That's my actual trade. So I use it. I really am. I look at user interfaces and user experience an awful lot. Like it's something that I'm looking at that from different perspectives all the time. Anyway, now that's a refueler that's moving off to there. I think. So the Diadem Warriors. This is another pirate faction. I don't know where we've actually found them. Where do we see them? Oh, way over there. Just dismiss that. I don't know how we've located them out this way, but that's where they are, on the other side of the galaxy. But yeah, it's sort of one of those things where it's something that I've always been interested in. It would be interested in giving it a go, and I would be looking at making a little tactical combat type thing. I think would be the way what I would be wanting to build if I did build one. Okay, non-aggression treaty to the for non-aggression treaty the Imperial Artuk oligarchy. I'm not going to give them money. I'll decline that one. We won't do that one either. So being saying I don't need to play with that one. Don't need to play testing comment as an insult, but I'm sure he'd be a great dev. But he's also good at pointing out design flaws and suggesting improvements. Is all So that's So Zico is saying I've always wanted to be a game developer, and after 20 years of doing all the other kinds of programming, finally decided to start doing game development 4 months ago. Now working on my first Steam release. Yeah, the biggest problem I think with what I noticed with certainly with single devs is that they put the blinkers on when it comes to marketing, and so they become blind to what they're building, and like the case in point is that Bonaparte game with the robots in it, and it's sort of like I was thinking about that after I did my stream, and I was thinking that's sort of like they're not reading the room of what people want. People don't want a Napoleonic game with robots, so it's decisions like that are just strange, and you can get. I think that's just a factor of being too close to the game. Get sort of too close to what's going on. So the helmet spin, decline that one again. The junta has declared war on Comino Aspirion. Okay, that's interesting again. That's nothing we have to really worry ourselves about. Fliados system, where's that? Oh, way over here. We've got something, we've got a presence out here for some reason. These aren't our ships. Wow, there's a lot of them out there. It's just a mining station. It's just steel and Mebnar, so really not an important mining station anyway. But there's a lot of pirates out this way. So they must be friendly with the other groups. Yeah, just Amanda saying, very hard taking a step back and looking at your game objectively. It is, I think, and I think particularly for people who aren't used to doing that. It's sort of, like I know that even like because I do graphic design as my career. It's sort of one of those things where it's something that I do notice an awful lot. That particularly in that field, people fall in love with their own ideas chronically in graphic design. And it's one of those things, to be objective is actually really, really rare. Like when you come across different people, particularly people who don't do it a lot. And I think game development would be very much the same. There's a fleet that we're just passing, a Boscaran fleet in space. We'll see it again, just as it's starting to come in. The ship here, this fleet destroyer that's just passing overhead has got like it's just starting to pick up the different Boscaran ships coming back through as well. This is a frigate, part of their 10th fleet, which we don't know much about. If I sort of zoom back out, can we pick up the 10th fleet? Maybe not, but they're moving back through, and so we're seeing more and more of this 10th fleet as it goes past. We're literally going from the same system across. They're going back to Lamnis. I don't know why they're moving back, but the fact that they've got like a big fleet now moving back into that region of space then puts more pressure back on us. Not that we knew that it was there. Research facility. Yeah, it looks like the long-range scanner has been knocked out here. That's good. Picking up more research. So we're stealing it. They should join up at the same time before we go in and do this attack. We may see the 10th when they arrive in the Lamnis system. I'm trying to get a feel for how big they all are. We successfully carried a mission to persuade the spy Zuha Kutsin to defect. That's good. So we've got one from the Boscaran faction from over here. So we've now just picked up another Boscaran spy. So the third is now going in for the attack. So we're now doing the attack run. The refuelers are coming back in now as well. Our agent, yep, that's okay. Sorry, there's a comment there. So Mr. Flegel's Masterclass is saying, good morning. I'm finding that I never do any spy missions except steal tech and counter intel. The rest are so low probability to be put off. I just let them do their own thing, to be honest. I don't actually go out of my way. They will find things to do eventually. So it's just a matter of just letting them do their own thing. I find just I leave them on auto. So Black Knight saying, I'm liking the Distant Worlds 2 content. Keep it coming. Yeah, I do plan to. I love this game. I absolutely love it. So Black Knight saying, do you ever keep an ambassador at one of your own colonies to have them act like a planetary governor? Sort of, if their skill set really does boost things that I want at that particular planet. Like if they had colony corruption, if they had a very, very large percentage of colony corruption, like to remove it, that would be something that I would very much consider. But usually I'd prefer to have them out as spies to be able to see what's going on with different fleets. Like we've got one here, so so we can see anything that's being built at their homeworld, and this is quite important for us to see that. We'll just continue on. We're just going to do our last little bounce across. So yeah, so Joe Roker is in sort of saying for most single devs, they have other jobs, and the game is mainly a passion project. They don't have resources or ways to use the latest engines, etc. Yeah, it's sort of, well, that's become more accessible too over time. Like, you know, the different game engines. There's free engines now, whereas back in the old days it was you actually had to pay for them. So whereas now, you know, you do actually have other abilities. But yeah, sort of, it's one of those things I always thought that maybe when I actually retire, you know, from my actual, you know, day job, it's if I'm scratching around for things to do, it's something I wouldn't mind having a crack at. Just something simple, like something small. Propose the following offer. No, don't want to give the money away. That's really what I don't want at this stage. Our money situation is now coming good, which is good. That possibly will be because Nair is becoming more assimilated. Bollinson saying sometimes it's worth sending spies en masse at low chance missions to force it by numbers if you really want to. Yeah, it's sort of I don't want to give up too many of my spies are developing really, really nicely. There we go. That's the Gizarians attacking. Assigned mission. No. Actually got I must have a colony ship already built. Zico saying I just outsourced the UI design of our 4X game. I should have asked Has instead. It sounds well. The trouble I've got is my time. I'm so time poor at the moment because I'm now working basically full time again. I was working for myself for many decades actually, and I've gone back a year ago to actually work for another company, and I'm actually loving it. But it just means I've got very little time. So it's sort of so the hourly rate is much less, but the actual amount of work is much more. So it's sort of so it's, you know, secure income, which is important. Here we go. So we've got the third fleet is now coming into this particular combat. Yeah, so it is one of those things where the I at the moment I'm not a reliable person to use for anything. So because I just don't. I've got so much work on, and I've got also my own work as well, which so I'm not really looking for anything extra at all. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. Now we're going in. This is that fleet destroyer that we sort of had sent in. That's unfortunately, hopefully everyone else arrives. Yeah, they're all arriving about the same time. Let's go and just go to half speed and just to see what's coming in. We've now got a ghost ship that's now just appeared. We'll get a few of those appearing. This is actually one of the pirate ships, which is sort of why it was coming in, like an old pirate ship that we've got hold of. We do actually have our own destroyers in through here as well. If we just go back into the third fleet. These are named ships, by the way. So we've got the Kuja Grim. Just see what we've got. These ones, Valisar's Wrath. Just go through Ponicus. It's Kuja Grim there, which like if that one there dies, it's this one here that matters. Zaradin. Who else have we got? That's got Undersquirrel, Beolf, PS as well, Tenru, the two tankers. I don't think any of the other ones are named. So these are so if the named ones get destroyed in here, then that's going to ultimately be banning time if they're in the chat. So let's go and watch what actually happens. So we've got here while there's no real support. So they're now going to be firing at our ships. So they're now sort of sending in different attacks. Let's go and see what they've got. So if we have a look at the at what they have on board, they've got interceptor missiles as point defense, iron bombs. Now this is something we're going to have to be a little bit careful of. This is a Tekin weapon that they've stolen, obviously. So there's a Tekin. This is a disabling weapon. unfortunately for us, that may be a problem. Interceptor missiles coming back in through there as well. Again, these are just point defense. Firestorm torpedo is a fairly powerful torpedo. Plasma blasters, just this is a standard Boscaran weapon. Intimidator surge blast. Now there's a lot of area of effect weapons that they've actually got, and so I'm just going to go back to my third fleet and tell the third fleet to not be very tight. Just go back to normal. Just go, because at the moment, if one of those iron bombs hits us, we're going to be all over the place. So I'll just try to get them spread out a little bit. Maybe too late here for a little while. That looks like an iron bomb there. Yes, it is. And no iron damage done to this ship, which is good. So that was actually that little explosion that we saw there. That blue explosion was a. Now these are different Firestorm torpedoes. There's another area of effect attack. We're looking for iron damage when these actually do hit. There's another one there. Come on, get the point defense. Don't let it explode in amongst you. Yep, this one has now taken iron damage. 2 of its engines are down because of the iron damage from that particular weapon. Fighter craft coming in. How many fighter craft do they have? 12. So that's a fair number. We're focusing on the fighter craft more than anything else. Another iron bomb coming back out. And it's now hitting in amongst all of these other ships. Again, iron damage. One of the weapons is down now with it's been disabled. This one as well. The shields are down. The weapons. One of the weapons is down, and one of the engines is down on that on Valisar's Wrath. That destroyer. It will now try to move out of. Yeah, there's more and more iron weaponry coming in now. This is a big cruiser that's just left the construction yard. I don't really want this thing out and about, so I think I'm now going to switch across so they get the third to go and destroy this one first. Starting to take damage. Valisar's Wrath is now in a bit of trouble. Trying to jump away. It's being focused on. Get away. Got the cruiser. Okay, we got away there. Now the rest of these should. So we've got a few that have become injured a little bit in here. This one is not taking any real damage just yet. Let's go to the third and attack the Haven. Now this one here, I'm going to give it specific orders to move right away. Okay, that will be fine. So I've still got the iron damage on it. There goes another iron bomb. Actually avoided the iron damage. Yeah, now it's ripping into this one. So it's going to, yeah, it's now lost most of its weapons. It's only got one weapon left. There's the iron bomb again. Yeah, that's the one weapon it had still up and running. Now that's an escape pod. We'll just come in and take this one. Hang on, that's an engine superstructure. Where's the escape pod got to? Pick up the pirate leader. What else have we got? Cargo containers. If we can get the higher tech, that would be good. Be able to tell what's sort of around. So just while we're in here. Okay, that's of use. If you don't get them immediately, yeah, this is actually good stuff. So it looks like we're going to pick up some useful things here. Eventually. System maps recovered. Independent colony of Teekans has been encountered. More detailed maps. So just with the debris, if we sort of find other debris, I mean, if it comes up immediately, I wish that there was a way of highlighting. There we go. There's nothing much else in through there. Research breakthrough. This is what we wanted. So while salvaging engine superstructure in the speaker system, we've made the following discovery. So this is in scanner jamming. All right, so that's interesting. That's the sort of stuff that we're wanting. There's another power relay down that way. Didn't see if we got anything else. There's a whole section there. Scanner jamming, more treasure. I'll accept that trade with them. Is that all we can find? These are working. Okay, I think we've got pretty much all of the loot from there. So with the third, we'll now send them back home again. So unfortunately, the Valisar's Wrath has taken the most damage. But we'll just go back in and refuel and repair at Near 2. So Near 2 is their home base, which is actually too far away. But look, I'll allow that to happen. So let's just go back and refuel and repair. Now that's going to be way too long. Let's actually go back the other way. Just pause that for a second. And we'll come back and I'll just tell it to go back in and refuel and repair back at Roskiri. That way we should actually still stay on the active side that we need to be. God, it still wants to go out this way. Yeah, I don't really want it to take it through that direction. In that case, I'll tell it to go back out to here again. Where was it? It was over here. Still refueling there. Just move back up to full strength. So instead of saying glorious victory, yes it was. So yeah, I didn't think that was going to be anything too dramatic for us. Once we get over here, I'll then just get it to go and refuel back wherever it's, or go back and repair once we get to the Coit system. Right, so nothing, no one's really declaring war on us at all. Can we crash this research yet? Yeah, I can. Well, we'll do this one. So this is actually a special shield enhancement. So we will actually do a redesign of ships once we get that one. We've been going for the enhanced civilian ships. We've got our enhanced shielding, the hyperdrives. This one still is less than the Dhayuts, but it's going to be important to go and get something like this. 8 years for that. I thought we were trying to get the Dhayut one. Oh, this is as well. Yeah, we don't really need these because we're so fast anyway. It's the vector engine. What if we go that way rather than getting the Acceleros engines? Wouldn't be bad. It's we get plus 50% research on that project, which is why we can get it so fast. Not that we really need it. So what would be the next thing that we want? Getting our cruiser would actually be nice. That's 9 years though. It's construction. Yeah, maybe not so much those. Monitoring stations would be good for us. I think we're going to have to go with the hyperspace speed. I think we'll have to go that way. So we've got efficient there, which is going to go at 430. At the moment, we're travelling at 400k. These ones here just allow you to jump faster, so you can actually leave more quickly. So the actual cooldown, like the jump initiation time is only 8 seconds, whereas this one that we currently got is 14 seconds. So it's sort of like it's just slightly over half. The high speed in through here is still 14 seconds. It's more important for us to jump away from combat if we get into trouble, or is it more important for us to be able to move quickly through hyperspace? I'd probably argue that it's probably more important to move quickly through hyperspace, just so we can react to things. So I think I'm going to go that way. I will actually pay the costs on that one. And we might even push that one up above the other one. Just leave it up there, I think. So let's exit the research and continue on. Hi, C. Baker, how are you going? So perfection, what is the best way to level up spies? Is pretty much just find, in fact, Black Knight's answering, saying I think that they only use those skills when they are on their own colony, at least. Oh, sorry, no, that's different again as well. If it's corruption increase always affects me or planet, is it corruption increase always affects me or planet where the ambassador is? Here we go. The Dhayuts have declared war on us yet again. So now we're going to need to scramble the 5th back out to the Taft type system. So we're going to end up with a whole lot of different attacks going in. They've got an invasion fleet there, so we'll just dismiss this. So they've come straight back at us. Our 3rd fleet, this is what I was a bit worried about. Our 3rd fleet is still miles away, and it's going to take a while to get back there. We have the 1st attack fleet back this way. I'll need to get them back into the front line. And we're going to have some troubles here with what we're actually doing. So, but I'll just answer that question before I do it. So I think they're only use those skills that was shown in the local bonuses. Where was that one? There was a question. What would happen if you send an ambassador with high corruption to a rival? Oh, that will then. Yeah. So is the corruption increase always affects me or planet where the ambassador is? It's where the ambassador is. So. So, for example, if we go back to our ambassadors, so this is where poor ambassadors can do sort of like a bad thing. We've got our ambassador here, for example. Diplomacy goes down, which means that for the Boscara overmind, they're not going to help me much with the with trying to help with the diplomacy of that particular with any dealings we actually have with the Boscara. So, but they see how it's got espionage of plus 12%. So it's helping me with espionage. So it's actually really, really assisting the spies that we send into this particular location. Counter-espionage as well. It's actually trying to stop any Boscarans that actually leave to come and spy on us. It's doing a good job there. Now, it does have colony corruption reduction of plus 5%. I think counter-espionage, if I did have it back on the home world or one of the other worlds, that would then help with that one. But I think it still helps if the Boscarans go up against us. I think that's sort of the way that one works. That one, again, is helping with espionage. That's with the Dhayuts. This one here is... there's another ambassador travelling away. Colony corruption reduction of -5. So that one actually does make the corruption go up. Don't know where that one's actually heading off to. So you've only got the 4 ambassadors. This one's on auto. Phoenicia 5. I'm not sure where that one actually is. So Unique. Not sure where Unique is either. Oh, they're going back out to there. Look, I'm happy enough for them to do that one. And Unique. Yeah, we definitely need something with the Dhayuts and the Boscara. So definitely need them in there. That's okay. I'll leave that one just doing its own thing. So and this will then help with other sorts of things. So it seems to only really sort of help. Like if you're unsure, if you look at your bonuses, and if we look at diplomacy, see we're not getting any. Like we're not getting we're not getting anything from the actual from that diplomat that had the negative diplomacy. So it's not actually showing up with what we actually have. Actually, the ambassadors are, we're getting a little bit of extra now from the administration complexes. So you can actually look in there just to sort of see if they do kick in. Actually, I don't think that colony corruption reduction as well will be a factor, because I think that will be almost like like depending on where it actually is. This is like global things that we've got. Most of these are just going to be from leaders or from other things. So the leader itself is global, but the others aren't. Yeah, I'll just leave it where that is. Anyway, we've got a fair few bonuses now with everything we're actually sort of working on. So we'll bring the first across, because if they come back to it now, the trouble with the Dhayuts is that they can travel at 600 through hyperspace, and so that becomes a bit of a problem for us. Eventually what we'll do is, so this war will need to protect what we've got initially in these different locations, and then but we need to get support back out. So the first is going to have to come back through. I'm going to leave them back at well, it should both now be back over in these systems. Let's go and have it also then just go across to this research station. So I'm going to set the home base there, and that's sitting there automatically for defending that particular region. So we'll do that, and so that's the first, and then the 5th back and through here. I'll send these into the TARF system, or I could even send these across into the research station that we actually have, the Altar research station. Make that the home base, and they're defending targets within 50 m of that. That will then sort of keep everything covered, and we'll sort of wipe out what we can. Now they do actually have the 7th Invasion Fleet is ready to go with a fair few 9 infantry, 3 armour. So if they use this one initially, that's going to be a problem for us, but we do actually have long-range scanners everywhere. So if we start to see others coming, now we also have an ambassador here on their home world. So if anything gets built in this system, we should see it. Is that the home world? Let's Epsilonus 2. Yeah, this is it. And we do actually have our ambassador there. And so we can sort of see what's on this world and what they're building. So we're not seeing any fleets at their home world at this stage. So I think it is just an invasion fleet, and that if it's just the invasion fleet, we can cope with that, I think. Tenor is saying, how familiar are you with Shadows of Forbidden Gods? I bought the game a while ago, but I can't get into it. It's not very intuitive. Yeah, I haven't played that for a long time. It's an interesting game, but I can't remember much of it, to be honest. So Kelrosh is saying, is there a good reason to exterminate a species in your empire? The Dhayut seem pretty horrible in the description, and I just conquered a planet housing them. Is it worth destroying my reputation? I try to play a bit of role play, like when I'm doing it. So, for example, at Nair, we've got exactly that situation. So on the Nair planet, the Dhayuts, and we've took this over in the last war. So these are Xenox and others, and if we have a look at these, we've got the Xenox are still slowly becoming assimilated, but the Dhayuts here are not assimilated. So they're sort of on their way. They do have a growth rate there, but I don't want them on this particular world. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to resettle them somewhere. And so in this case, I've set up my policies to not exterminate them or to enslave them. I could actually go and do that one, but I'm just trying to move them, resettle them away, actively resettle this race away from this colony, and do not accept, essentially. So this is essentially what's happening, but they're still growing. They're still actually building up. So they're building faster than what I can actually take them away from here, which is a bit annoying. Gizareans are also, actually we don't have any Gizareans at this point in time, but I can sort of do this apply to all ice tundra colonies if I wanted to. But in this case, I'm just trying to resettle them rather than exterminate them. If I exterminate them, the reputation will then mean that like at the moment the reputation is viable for me to. It's not great, but it's a little bit positive. And so I don't really want to tank my reputation, with all these other threats nearby. Anyway, let's keep on going. So, so Steph is saying, like the good old Daleks, exterminate. There should be a galactic underground slave market as an alternative. That way you could go offload undesired species without incurring reputation penalties. I want them spread out on all your other planets. I'm trying to avoid that, but so if I don't want them on any planet, and I do actually have a planet here, for example, which is just purely Dhayuts, and so in this case, what I can do here is I can go back in and look at this one here. So I'm accepting everything here, but Dhayuts are the only ones that actually is settling, and they've been fairly positive. So in this case, I don't mind that being my one Dhayut world. What I can do is I can just go back to the different planets that we have. So we've got like a deep ocean world. I can just go back into here. Now we've got maximum population on this world. You can see I'm telling the Dhayuts to not come back into here as well. I may have done that across all of my planets. Let's go back into here. There's another frozen world in here. I don't want... I've got Ikaru, Wakaris and Xenox, they're fine. So what I don't want is really the Dhayuts. So I'm just going to go and resettle them. I'm going to apply that to all ice tundra colonies. Actually, no, I'll apply that. I'll just do that with the one. So that's all I'll do there. I'll just keep on resettling any, just so they don't come here. But it's too far away at the moment for me to get rid of them. When I take this other world, I'll probably end up allowing that to then be the like a Dhayut settlement where they can sort of where they can move back into that location, just so we keep them away and isolated. I really don't want them too much in my empire. Okay, let's watch and see what happens. Sorry, I find it saying another question, if I may. When a player uses alien leaders that he has captured before, do the individual max stats of all the leaders count for the player's empire? Does the player then have a triumvirate, or whatever the empire leadership? You don't get. You only have over one leader, I think. I don't know if there's any factions that allow more than one. So it's just whoever the leader actually is what gets applied. Anyway, let's unpause and let it continue on. Sinra is saying, do you know what Quasimorph? Do you know when Quasimorph will leave early access? I'm waiting for that day to buy it. Buy it now. It's a very, very good game. The only problem with it for me right now is that it's not great. Oh, they're moving off. That's interesting. They're moving away from where I thought they'd go. The trading system is terrible in it at the moment, but that's the only real problem. Everything else is great. So I'm going to decline that. Now the 11th Defence Force. There's a passenger ship. Pretty deep in their space. Yeah, that's miles away. Let's get rid of the Dhayuts. Accept war mission to capture enemy research station. Yes, we'll definitely try that. We'll see if we can actually go and do that one. This is sort of in the area of space that I'm looking for anyway, to be honest. So I'm going to go and accept that war mission. And that's an important one for us to try now to go and take. Let's wait until we get this, and then we'll just do a bit of a redesign of everything. I won't rush to go off and try to take the that particular research station, but that is important to us. It's now moving back. Third is still a long way off. There's the Valisar's Wrath. It's going to limp home. It's going to take forever for that one to get there. So we'll see when this one starts to dwindle away from the long-range scanners. Balancing capturing is really hard now because ship launch pods right away at fully shielded targets, losing all of them. It actually is, yeah, there we go. We're just now starting to sort of see that's the edge of where we've got space. What it is they're actually now use them to take down shields as well. So yeah, but you're right, and it just takes forever for them to sort of come back again. It is a problem. We're going to have to go in with 2 fleets, I think, or I'm just thinking of building up my second fleet. That's the only fleet I've got that can really capture anything. They're not really strong enough to do it. So look out across here until we start to see a collection of ships flying in towards, and I'm assuming that these that there's going to be some sort of attack in through here at Yaris. That's where I'm assuming things will happen. We also have to be careful that there's no colony ship that sort of wanders in. It's an unknown ship. A Dhayut ship just wandering in at this stage on the edge of what we can see. Foreign admiral recovered. So while salvaging an escape pod in the Tayangu system, we've made the following discovery. Admiral Ketsi Patago. So let's just have a look and see where that actually is. Oh, way over there. Okay, too far away. Little Artuk Admiral. So we're not ready yet to move things out. There's a cruiser there actually. It's out of fuel. All right, what have we got here? So has evaded detection after successfully carrying their mission to steal research information on regenerating hull splinters from the Ikaru, and we've actually now completed this one as well. So what this one does is this is a assault pod that is a bit more advanced than the normal assault pods. So that would sort of be useful. There's the 5th. Comes back the 1st. 2nd is back there at home. It's wanting to colonize Zerelus 4, which is where... It's not the right one. Zerelus 4. Let's just see if we can find where this is. Oh, okay. It's not bad actually. Well, that would give us what we need in this region, you know. Like if we took that one, I'm going to allow that, and then we'll protect it and we'll destroy everything that's in here. So let's assign that mission. It's going to be a bit of a drain on our money for a little while, but it's ultimately going to be a very, very valuable addition in this region of space, particularly if we can then take the altar system as well. So, Boland's saying, check your prisoner tab. I saw my prisoners, generals and spies. Yeah, okay, that was... maybe he's showing up their last job before capture. Hang on, just our agent has been captured while preparing to steal research information on enhanced torpedoes from the Actarians. He's imprisoned by the Actarian Neurocore Ascendancy. That's a shame because we were actually friendly with them. So if we have a look at the, we've captured a lot of different things in through here as well. What were you trying to find out, Boland? So check your prisoner tab. I saw my prisoners, generals and spies doing jobs for me. No, these don't do jobs, I'm pretty sure. They shouldn't be. No, there's nothing there. Alright, so if we go back to the Actarians and speak with them. Negotiate a deal. Ooh, it's expensive. Well, I can tell them, give them my territory map. Which doesn't really matter that much. Gee, we've got a lot more tech than what they've got there. Right, what we'll do here is we'll go and give them the territory map. Really doesn't matter. They're going to reject that one. It's still not enough. Sensors, we don't want to give them those just yet. I'm surprised that they don't have those yet. Yep, they'll accept that deal. So what do you think of this deal? Great. So we get our spy back. And the spies have been good for us. Actually, I didn't even know which one it was. It was this one here, wasn't it? Yeah, so they've got really, really good skills now. It's inscrutable. I'm going to, like it's got no mission, but that's what it was trying to do, which is very, very low odds. I'm going to change what we're doing with the in diplomacy. Back over through here with the Actarians. So they're actually pleased with us, and we're trying to befriend them, which means that we shouldn't be doing anything else there. So you only pursue low-level espionage missions like stealing map data, etc. I'm going to go beyond befriend and go to ally. And what this will then do is it means that you'll be much less likely to undertake any intelligence missions against its empire, and I don't really want to with those. And the Tooks as well. We've got neutral there. I'm just going to go and make that one manual. I'm going to go into ally there as well. So the fact that they're friendly with us is rare for us. So we'll just go that way. Okay, so we'll be moving in with these different fleets. So we'll start to take this region of space now from the Dhayuts. Allow these to sort of come back up. This is going to impact our cash flow here a little bit. I might just go back to Roskiri and just clone a whole heap of different issue that's now run out of money. So we'll just do as many as we can. Other wars going on. Now that's the 16th invasion fleet. That is as well. So we are starting to now see other invasion fleets coming through. But the 5th is on its way, and the 1st is on its way. The 3rd is still limping back home. Here they all come. Yeah, I can't grab those. Ikaru have invaded and taken over Volcanic World. Okay, that's good. Okay, secure assistance. So our military strategists have analysed the situation in our war against the Dhayut, looking for tasks. So we should make more friends and allies, sign a non-aggression treaty with the Imperial Artuk oligarchy. I think I could do that. I'll accept that war mission because I think I can actually get there. So if we go and have a look at the... so it's got a big cockroach. I'm just going to just get rid of it. There we go. Cockroach tennis. Sort of it's gone into the corner of the room now. They're quite large, the cockroaches we have here in Australia. So what do we get to? So Sheikh Vivid is saying next update should be coming soon. It was mentioned, but can't remember the date when it's coming out. The next update, I don't know. Actually, I don't know of any updates for Distant Worlds that I know of anyway. All right, let's go back to the Artuks. So we want to ally with them, and they're currently +5 neutral with us. I don't know if we can sort of offer any treaties at this stage. No, they're not really going to be wanting to do anything. Need to improve relations by 10, 20. Research agreement does not align. So we need to slowly sort of work our way up off a non-aggression treaty. So to get this one, we only need 5. We don't have any money, so I can't really give them much. But what I can do is I can still give them a gift. I can go back to negotiate a deal. So we need to go from 5 to 10. Let's give them something. Give them 10 credits. Actually, if I go back, can I give them a gift? Yeah, what is the gift? Never mind. Negotiate a deal. So if I give them a bit of, actually they've got an admiral. That's worth 124,000. I don't need that admiral, so I'll give them back that Artuk admiral. That's worth a fortune for them. They're not going to give us anything in return, but we'll just go. What do you think of this deal? Now that's up to +25 because of that. So they accepted their gift. Now we can offer the non-aggression treaty and war mission accomplished. So by giving them back their admiral, who we didn't really want to be using, I mean, we could have, I guess. I should have had a look to see if he was any good. But that was a massive gift. That really did improve things. We're now up to +30. So we'll dismiss that one. And other treaties, we can't do these ones now until it's too soon since the last one. So, so that one was good. They accepted our gift of their admiral back. Didn't realise it was one of theirs. Should have realised. Okay, so we have a group going across to the Garrus system. Until we sort of see the flagship of the 16th. So they're coming out from back over here. They may be coming back from other... They're not at war with anyone else. I'm not sure what they would be doing. Here they come. 16th, they're going back for repairs. So they looks like they are at war. They've only got 3 infantry, 2 armour. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll slowly start to sort of push out once these other fleets get back home. Now there's an interesting thing. We're now seeing Boscaran 10th Fleet moving into our territory here. What they're doing. They may be bouncing to another location. I won't jump to conclusions. They may be doing like what we're doing in here, because they've also been sort of moving into this territory. They've got other worlds down this way. So we got some comments about cockroaches. So I think cockroaches are your least worries if you live in Australia. So, yeah, cockroaches do eat anything, including garbage, but they clean themselves and don't transmit many diseases. Really, I don't know. They always look disgusting to me. I don't like them. It feels like an accident to the most deadly animals in Australia, like the admin era. Maybe it was a staging post, to be sort of shuffled out to other countries. Yeah, so I started not before. Sorry, trying to saying I started not before the tactics update, but had the same problem with captured spies who started working out of prison. Oh, okay. I'm sure this Boscaran invasion fleet is not doing anything nefarious. Well, I'm sort of hopeful that it won't be. Yeah, Boscaran's invading in real life. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, they actually like it's. Yeah, we just like they're sort of annoying. Like we just can't get rid of them. Like they're just like we sort of put baits around for them. But it's funny because I never ever eat down like where I am right now. So there's no food here at all, and there hasn't been for years and years. But I don't know what they think. They probably just eat cardboard or paper or something. Okay, they're offering us a gift now. Okay, we'll accept that gift. Thank you. That's going to be helpful. So this is all good. So the Artuks are now becoming friendly, which is great. And then back over through here, our third fleet is just going back in for repairs back over through here. So the third fleet can still actually... No, we've still got some... We've got some fuel problems here. Really only with the Balasar's Wrath is really the biggest issue. But no, there are a few there, so let's just let them catch up. Unfortunately, they're going to be out of this war for a long, long period of time. These are all 16th Invasion Fleet. Limping back. Okay, so the incoming fleet detected. So the 1st Defence Force, an enemy fleet of the Dhayuts, has been travelling towards another place. So where's that? Back out here. I'll just dismiss that. This is really not really important to us. Actually, that's a strong fleet. Got a rating there of 2,600. So what have they got now? Destroyers and frigates. My destroyers aren't really all that good. They've got an admiral there as well. He's pretty useless. Just get our fleets into position. I'm going to decline that one, I think. Okay, 11th. Again, if I'm not seeing it in my region of space, I'm just going to dismiss it. We're going to be going after smaller ships. Oh, where's that? So this is the Gizarians. That's big. That's big. Miles away though. Really too far away for us to even think about. So we're going to start to isolate these systems, and we will have to go back across and wipe everything out from this other side as well. That is the colony ship. Frigate. It's in the Fella system. Why are they attacking us? This is a surprise attack. And they've still got this bloody great heavy carrier that we never ever got rid of. This is like an ancient ship that they picked up. I don't think I can contend with this fleet. Strength is 4,800. As opposed to my 4th Defence Force, which is only strength of 1,700. I'm going to move away from there and just hope that they're not really here to do anything too bad. So what do we got there? What are we defending? Is it just a mining station? No, it's a research station with a scientist on board. Well, they're certainly attacking something. What are they attacking? Yeah, let's just move away for now. We'll just give them an order just to get back out of here. So this now means that the third, we really need the third back in again. So they're limping back. A lot of the ships are now getting out of. What's that one there? This is the Kujagrim, yeah, the large one. This is going to be a little bit of time before it gets there, unfortunately. And then we've still got this one here as well, Valasar's Wrath, which is miles away. Just missed that one. Let's just watch what happens in here for a little bit. You don't have to do this. You don't want to cause any offence. Where are they off to? They're going back to board their carrier. So I don't know what they're doing. They're not taking the station. So it was just the fleet was the threat that they sort of saw. So where are they off to now? Moving to the Asmiski 3 mining station. So that's actually where they're... so that will be back inside their territory. Yeah, so they're moving back up to there. That's okay. I'm happy with that. So I don't know what they were doing. I think they were just coming in to just to push their weight around a little bit. So no, war hasn't started. It's just literally they're just establishing their credentials. And this is where we definitely need the third to be protecting this region of space. I love this. I love that the game now is becoming more aggressive like this, where it sort of does these unusual things, and you know, it's not without rhyme or reason. That, you know, it's just what they end up doing. Now, this one here, we're now back into this position. This is the 5th, I think. Yeah, the 5th is now defending targets. I'm going to change that to a raiding group. It will now raid targets. It will now look for anything in this region, and I'll essentially want it to wipe out everything in through here. So once this colony ship arrives, we'll then start to we'll actually then make that probably the home base, I think, for the for this 5th fleet. In fact, I might even move that across there. We can give it actually orders to, which one are we doing? We're colonising, it'll be a, yeah, actually, what's that one do? Yeah, there's no fuel there, so it's not really important to us. Nothing else there. Deep Ocean World here. So we've got the mining station and a resort base back there. This is actually where we're coming, Zralos 4. So let's go and attack this one. It's now just going to be manually controlled. It's going to get there too early, I think. I'll move it off to here. I like that it does that now as well. Let's just see if we can actually go and now colonize. Thanks for the subscription there, Cromorius. Very, very much appreciated there. It's a big raiding fleet, but I need to wipe out all of their infrastructure in this system. Okay, they're under attack and had to flee the area. So this is actually where they are. So that's okay. We'll just dismiss that one. So what I'll do with them is just move them across. They're trying to escape. So they'll move out to this location. The 5th will take care of all this for them, and then we can come back in and actually take that world. Just make sure we're not seeing any other fleets moving in. Just go back to the 4th again. Just put them back on defensive duties. Here we go. We've now got the liquid energy storage research completed. This is going to, this provides the following advances: the hydrocore capacitor, which is just purely for the Wekaris. Now, do I want to start designing the ships yet? I probably do. It looks like I can possibly even afford more now as well. So if we go across into the ship designs there, let's just go back into them and do it sort by role, just so we've got the different escorts and things. So we're using 37 different heavy escorts. We've got 1 frigate designed with 40 of those, and we're using the where is it? The destroyers. We've only got 6 destroyers in our fleets. So we might have a look at, we might start through here. If I just go back and edit this one just to see what we've actually got through in this other side. So Jerex hyperdrive, fission reactors back and through there, number of engines. We've got 2 lots of shielding there. I'll just do an upgrade and just sort of see what we end up getting. Generous saying, is Strategos going to have a campaign like Total War, or is it purely a game about skirmishes? There will be a campaign of sorts from what the dev said. Basically, it's going to be very, very basic. It's going to be like the early campaigns, I think, in Field of Glory, which were functional in the sense that it gave you something to do, but they're not really campaigns. So, yeah, I sort of hope that they do a bit more than what Field of Glory does. Like there's, yeah, but it's, I don't think we're going to sort of see much, to be honest, for a long time. But it's early days with Strategos. That's going to be a really good system, I think. Ultimately, I'm looking forward to that. So I think what we'll do here is we'll just go and cancel this, but we will actually go and do an upgrade. And did it change anything? No, it didn't change the shielding. So if I go and throw away one of the shields, did it add anything else to it? I don't think anything got changed in there at all, actually. So if we have a look at the, if we go to latest per category and family, I kind of wish it would remember this. I just wish it would be, that would be the default. Just makes it so much easier. Now it's sort of funny, it hasn't gone into that one there. Was it a different area? I haven't been able to build one of these things before, so remote fuel transfer, that's on it. Oh, there it is there, the hydrocore capacitor. So this one is a shield enhancement. So it's actually, I thought it was actually took one of the shielding slots, but it doesn't. It actually takes one of your normal slots. So, what does this one do? Yeah, shield strength of 50, shield resistance of 1. The recharge rate goes up. So if we can squeeze it in somewhere, it would be good. But where can we squeeze it? We could take one of the fuel cells out. That's about all we could really do. We've got 4 fuel cells on this. Let's go and throw one of those away. Get the hydrocore capacitor in there. And so that's going to, if we have a look at it and see what it actually does do. So the shielding is 770 with, I'll get rid of it, 720. So it adds a little bit through there. But where it's going to be big is the actual is the actual little bonuses that it gives us. So if I go and throw that one back in again, so this one here we end up with the countermeasures goes up, the ion damage defense goes up a lot, the shield strength goes up marginally, the shield resistance, which is sort of like it sort of takes one more at the moment. So the iron damage defense there is 21 at this point in time. Armor rating is 72. Not seeing the actual resistance as such listed there in the defenses. But if we go to the and it should be the recharge rate goes up by will be 0.3 per second. At the moment, the recharge rate is 2.5 per seconds. So we'll just see what happens when we throw it back in there again. Yes, it goes up to 2.8. Damage repair goes up a little bit. Yeah, certainly. I think it's certainly worth doing it. So it'll recharge faster. The iron rating is iron defense 41. That's enormous. So this is definitely worth doing. So that's we've still got 3 fuel cells. Let's just see what the range is. Countermeasures. Where was the range? Still 18. Oh, that's weapons. Sorry, that's not what we wanted. Fuel range 6. Yeah, that's heaps. 600. So we'll save and exit this one, and look at the frigates as well. We'll just do an edit of those and see what we've got. Again, the frigates are actually almost as good. They've only got 2 fuel cells though. So I can't really change any of those. They're their fuel range is 502. If I just go and do an upgrade, and just go down to where we've got the range. If I got rid of one of the fuel cells, 254 is way too low. Really can't do anything else there, so I'm just going to cancel that one. So we'll only change the destroyers. So it'll be just the destroyers that end up getting that extra ability. That'll have to do. We won't be able to do anything with the other ones either. So yeah, that's all we can really do at this point in time. Let's just go back and have another look at these coming back through. Decline that one. First Defence Force. Again, that's miles away. So the 5th. Third Fleet. Still trying to get fueled up. Colony ship, we'll send that one back in now. this is at Upsilon S2. We're not going to be able to do that one. So I'm going to decline that mission. It's going to be too hard for us. It's a ghost ship. Comes the colony ship. Good. It's coming on the other side of the planet, which will be safe for us now to do the colonization of this world. Okay, so where's that? That's miles away again. It's way over there. Just too far away from everything we're doing. Yeah, it's considered that it's under attack. I'm going to decline that because I do want to save my money now. Now you can do it. Where's that colony ship got to? Is now the 5th. We've got nothing else there. Definitely would just want to go through now and just destroy all the infrastructure that's actually in here. So we'll do those, and we'll just sort of watch for any other movement. So different haulers and things coming in. We'll certainly start to squeeze out. Now that's the first attack force. I think what I'll do here is I'll actually now move these into these different locations and start to dominate. So if I get the first and move it to the Altar system, and so we'll start to smash this one. I'll attack that spaceport. Let's have a look and see whether we've got Caslon mines in this region. So if we go down to Caslon, out there is. Here. Got mineral miners. Yeah, they're just mining these locations. Get rid of those as well. There wasn't really much Caslon in this region of space. A second to go back. Just dismiss that one. So we got the second to go and pick up the forces at Rossagiri, which we've almost got as much as we can squeeze on here. New colony founded. So Zrelis 4. is now the start of something big. It's going to take a bit of time for us to establish anything here, and we will need to now protect this. So the 5th can make this their home base. And we'll go back to a defensive role there. 50M around that, that'll be okay. So that now it's going to start closing things out. Now here comes the second invasion force. Invade, yeah, they're now moving down to the Yaris system. So this is they've got a lot of ships coming in. So they've got a couple of destroyers, a whole lot of troop transports, and a whole lot of frigates. Their strength is only 2,000 in terms of space strength, 6 infantry, 2 armor. It's not a hell of a lot. So, oh, agent captured again. Been imprisoned. I'm not going to worry about that one now. Dismiss, accept trade offer. Yeah, we'll accept it. We've got a fair bit of money there. Do we go for another attack fleet? The 3rd fleet, still got this one limping back. I think with the 3rd, I'm just going to have to tell them, yeah, they're now ready to go. Let's just go and get them to refuel and repair. In fact, if I go to retrofit at Roskiri, no, I'll go to refuel and repair at Cantrilla 4. Let's just do that. So they'll sort of bounce now back across, back into home territory, and then they'll sort of be ready to go. So yeah, we've sort of been a bit lucky with this war that we haven't had to deal with too much just yet. So this fleet is coming in. I can just move this to the 5th across to go and deal with this as well. Yaris over through here. So we'll just go and sit right here. Just move to that location. And they are, I'm going to put them back down to tight formation. Okay, so they can actually intercept that particular attack coming in. The 1st will need to refuel, but we'll just isolate what's going on through here. Trade deal, yep, that's okay. And incoming fleet detected. Yeah, so the 2nd invasion fleet is now being detected towards Iblionisi, which is where we've got the Zentabia fluid, so we'll dismiss that one. So they travel a lot faster than us. So if they bounced from there to there, they'd be able to take that world straight away. We wouldn't be able to get back there in time. Okay, that's been destroyed. That's a shipyard with no mission. We're not going to be able to capture that one, I don't think. Just see if we can somehow. And we've pretty much, there's not really, this is a bit of a backwater in terms of what the Dhayuts have got. And it's sort of like, it's one of these ones where, again, if we go for it, we could certainly sort of capture it, I think, with our 2nd. Should we do that? Fortunately, there's no Caslon in here. Can we go back to the Caslon mines again? This is about as close as we've got. Oh no, there is some in Yaris. We've already got the Yaris. We've also already got Taris as well. Oh, sorry, it's, what is it? Taf. The Taf system has got it. Gudu as well. Just make sure that we've got that. That's one of ours. Yeah, that's fine. So we've got a fair bit of fuel in around this area, but we're going to need to probably take all of this as well with what we're going to be doing. So we'll just start to sort of move across. Yes, a second invasion force. Well, let's move them out and get ready to do this invasion in through here. I'll just have it sit back around, just get it ready. And yeah, that'll do us. And we're now full. We've now got 5 infantry, 10 armour. This one's now coming back in as well. So we'll just watch what actually happens here. The other one's waiting there as well. So we've got both fleets. Here they come. Right, so let's see what we've got that we're dealing with. Moving to into the altar system. They're moving back here where the first is actually sitting for ready for them. So they're trying to escape. They already can now see that there's they don't have long range scanners, so they've basically bounced in. The fifth is that's a frigate. That one's got, that's probably one of the targets we want. Let's go to each of these, have a bit of a look. No, they're still coming in. Yeah, that one's still coming in. Those two there, they're the ones with all of the landing forces on board. Okay, well that's fine. Let's just go after these. Fifth. I'll just go back down to half speed again. We should be able to really rip through these. I know they're coming back in for another attack. The fourth will automatically do their stuff. Okay, enhance the engines. This is good. Futures 3. I'll still say yes. Not sure where that actually is. Dismiss that. So they've got some of their frigates and things are going to be coming through. The fifth will potentially take a little bit of damage here, but we'll just sort of see how we go. Need them to focus on these ships with the troops on board. This is the trade agreement. We'll accept that. They're too far away for that to really be of any benefit to us. Trying to jump. Reactor offline, it's gone. That's one thing down. Fifth, still not taking any damage here. So this one next. Here comes the fourth, no, seventh, I think. Yeah, 7th Defence Force. Come on. It's going to get away, unfortunately. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Nope, got away. Okay, the fifth. Get rid of the big destroyer this time. Got away. think they're now already getting ready to jump. The destroyer back there, it's been disabled. Drive offline, that's good. Just keep on wiping these out. So they don't have long-range scanners, so when they come into a system, they don't know what they're going to be hitting. Do their own thing for a little while now. So the remnants of that fleet are now trying to move back to the altar system. So this is, the first is now moving back away. We want this one to go back in and get ready to meet up with the others. So if we have a look and see where this one's actually going. Moving to Ababibor, so that's the one there. Yeah, so getting the first back again. Just move to that location there. Not seeing any other fleets moving in just yet. Now, what are they moving back for? The 6th. It's got no mission. Oh, sorry, this is, I've still got the cancel on. Don't need that. It should bounce back again. We should end up right in the middle of whatever's left over. They've all been disabled, sort of damaged a lot. The 5th, I'm just going to go and tell that one to go back and just do another defend. So that can be on auto. Come on first. Should be moving back in. There we go. Starting now. God, they're taking forever. Come. We're on half speed, that's why. It's the other destroyer. Got rid of one destroyer. This one escaped. Wipe out the flagship. Not running yet. Look at the frigate now. Should just go back up to normal speed. Tooks are taking over stuff from the Gizarians, that's good. So everyone's now fighting back against the bugs. We don't know what the leftovers of this fleet are now doing. They're sort of all over the place. So the 7th Defence Force is moving out into here as well, which we don't really need them to do. The 5th should be moving back to Zrelis 4. And the 2nd is still now moving their way in as well. So we'll keep these coming in. Now it's wanting to end the war. I'm just going to decline that one. I would like to take this world. Now they're offering to end the war immediately. I think I'd prefer to have this region of space now completely under my control. And I would like to take the research station from them. We've got reasonable war progress. They haven't done anything at all against us. Like, they haven't been able to squeeze in. I could accept this just so that we can sort of get back. Do we do it? Let's take the world. Let's go and grab that world. Now, they're constructing the Space Traders Bazaar at Phoenicia 5. First, just have to be here just to catch up with these as they arrive. There'll be a few more arriving. Should still be one with a whole lot of things on board. Now they do know that we're here because you know, they can see from the planet. Don't know where they're going to be going. Wow, that one. Oh, we're now losing too many of these. Okay, I'll just let it go for a little while. There's now 2 spies that we've lost in this session. It's just a heavy escort coming in. The arrow system is now currently open, but that still shouldn't really be a concern to us. Back in again. What are they doing? No mission. Okay, our 4th fleet just can't contend with this, so we're going to need to bounce off away again, I think. Just move them out to here for now. Until the 3rd fleet actually is, you know, ready to go, and we've still got one. Valisar's Wrath is still actually trying to come in for repairs and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a little while before anything actually does happen. The 3rd fleet repair at Cantrilla 4, and we'll also get it to retrofit at Rosgiri, or retrofit any of these at any of these locations. We're a bit light on at the back here. We've got good money now. I'm tempted to grab another attack fleet, mainly for whatever's going to happen back out through here. So I think we might go and do that. It said that there was a long queue at Rosgiri, which is the capital. No, that's not too bad. Just small freighters and stuff. What about on the world itself? Passenger ships and things, yeah, that's all okay. No, that's fine. So we'll, I think we will build ourselves another attack fleet. It's going to get our money backwards a bit, but we can certainly cope with it. Although we're going to have another big drain when this world is taken. Just missed that one. Oh, where's that? Too far away. All right, let's move these in now and start the invasion. So the first, I'll just get them to refuel from fuel tankers here. Yep, so they're all coming through, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to build one, wasn't I? I'll just go back to my construction. Which will go to military. Go to the fleets and templates. So the assault, these ones cost 97,000 with a maintenance of 4,800. Yeah, we'll build another one of these. So we'll build new fleet at. Now we can. Looks like MI is actually available to us, but I think I'll build a Rossagiri. Just queue it in there. This is going to be the 9th fleet. So this will go control 9. Okay, that will be useful. The military junta has invaded and taken over the forest colony from the Corminos. Where is that? The Fellas system. That's okay. It wasn't the Fellas system. I'm not sure what that's. Fellas 4 in the Fellas system. Show me. Oh, it's moving away. I don't know what that one was. What's that one doing? That's Regiment Warlord, a fleet destroyer. This is not part of any particular fleet. I think what I'll do is I'll add that to the 3rd fleet. Or, yeah, so I'll just keep that one away. I don't know. Yeah, this 10th fleet just keeps on sort of moving in and out, just raiding our areas. So they are a bit of a concern. We've got a lot of fleets now back over in this region. I'll have to get going once we take this world. So here comes another one of their ships. That one does have everything on board. Done. That's good. That's a whole lot more troops that aren't going to be able to do anything. Okay, they complete that Trader's Bazaar. And what do they want? Offers unknown ancient ruins. I'll accept that trade. Should have another one out there. I don't know if that was it. Anyway, that's all right. Dismiss that. Now this is the 18th fleet, which is only small. It's moving towards the Garrus system. So once we take this, the Garrus system will be our next big area that we need to then go for. So the 2nd will now come in and do their invasion. There's a little bit here. saying always check show me when the enemy is offering to end the war in case they offer to be subjugated as well. Actually, that's a point. So that'll now send in the troops. There they go. Because we've got armour, we should be able to smash through them eventually. But this is a fairly well defended colony. So we might lose this group. We are pushing back fairly strongly though. There's no generals in this. I thought there would be. Yeah, we're going to lose this one. They're dwindling away as well. No, we're still alive. I think we survived. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a surprise. That's a big surprise. So we've taken over Ababor. Okay, so we'll dismiss that one. So colony conquered. The 4th strike force is going towards Guzar 1 mining station. This will be... we're not going to be able to do this one. This one's too far away. But I'll just pause there because we've now sort of done the objectives that we wanted for this particular session. So I think I'll actually leave it here while we're still sort of got the war raging. Incoming fleet detected. I'll probably just leave that one there so we can sort of see that one when we start next time. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching. And so what's the verdict? Is the first part still better than the second? I'm not sure which one we're talking about there. Sorry. Mark Antonio. Yes, so Sci-Fi Snob saying came from my weekly hit of Zentabia Fluid. Yeah, so it's... now what were you asking there? So what's the verdict? Is the first part still better than the second? First part. Which one are we talking about? I'm not sure what you mean there, Mark. Sorry. Just seeing if you've asked any other questions. I can't see anything else there. Yeah, I don't know the context. So anyway, Distant Worlds versus... It's sort of... is the first part still better than the second? Oh, yeah, maybe that's what you mean. Distant World 1 versus Distant Worlds 2. Distant Worlds 2 has been better than Distant Worlds 1 ever since it first released, even though it did release with some problems. So it's miles better. Yeah, probably against Distant Worlds Universe. Distant Worlds Universe, like really the changes that came with Distant Worlds 2 when Distant Worlds 2 did launch, even though it had technically less things in it, like less races, it still technically does, well, not technically, it does have less playable factions in it, but it was a better game right from the very, very start. Like it was, there's so much more that Distant Worlds 2 does that Distant Worlds Universe just never could even, really touch on. So in my opinion, Distant Worlds 2 now is just astronomically better than Distant Worlds Universe. Like it's with all the improvements that have happened over the last couple of years. So it's incredible game, Distant Worlds 2. They've done so much good work with it. Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow if you're around.